See me signing. Let's take a look. There's question marks above my head. What am I signing? Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are. This is ASL Newsletter for Beginners, number 34. That's right. And this is email. We're in my email inbox right now, and this email was sent 3 days ago as of this recording time. And this is our weekly email newsletter, right? Now, ASL Bundle members are automatically going to get this email. You can also get it if you want to. Use the link below and you can sign up and you can share the joy and enjoy the lesson as well. Okay, so let's start scrolling and see what this is all about. Here we go. ASL Newsletter for Beginners, number 34. Okay, so it starts with an ASL Decipher message. Now you can pause the video right now if you want to try to figure it out. There's an I. It starts with an I. What do you think the rest of the message is? Feel free to pause the video when you're ready. Move forward, and we'll keep scrolling down. All right, here we go. Okay, so look at that guy. He says hello. Right, hello. That's the sign. Hello, ASL Bundle members, and not a member. Click here. You can click there. That's fine. All right. So the first part is we have an ASL tip. And you can click on the link, and the tip for this email was facial expressions. So important. Facial expressions are key. Click here to watch the full lesson. All right. Then we have an ASL Bundle update about our ASL Weekly Mix course, stuff like that. You can click on it and soak up the goodness. All right. This is like the intro. Just giving you some information, and the ASL Bundle members can, get some updates and stuff like that. But let's get to the meat of this email, which is the lesson. So it says, scroll down to begin today's ASL exercise. Have you been doing the homework? We have homework. Okay, so first you're going to see me signing. Let's take a look. There's question marks above my head. What am I signing? Let's take a look. It's going to keep looping. That's great. We can take a look. Looks like there's some finger spelling, and then there's a sign. What am I signing? Take your time. You can repeat as much as you need and try to figure out what am I signing. All right, so let's scroll a little bit more. Oh, there's another guy, another handsome fellow. This time it's just me with glasses. So it's going to be a dialogue this time in this ASL newsletter, this lesson, all right? So signing something and then responding with something else. All right, so let's let it loop a couple times. All right, what do you think I'm signing? All right, let's keep scrolling. It says scroll for slower signing. All right, so this is closer to regular speed. All right, now let's scroll for slower speed. The first part, I'm signing the exact same thing, but slower. So why don't we sign with it? Right now, here now, you sign with me, and we'll also sign what's in the email right now. Here we go. Let's wait for it to loop around. My hands go back down, and then they go up. We'll start signing. All right, let's take a look. All right. Ooh, the T. All right, looks like we're having a question there because the eyebrows are up and I'm leaning forward. All right, so what do you think I'm signing? Now, in this situation, even if you don't know what I'm signing, you can still sign with me. You're going to get the answer in a moment, but you're going to get a head start right now if you just sign, even though there's question marks above my head. You're getting it in your mind. You're getting it in your body. You're just getting the motions down. All right, so let's scroll. Okay, this is the response. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, so let's sign with it. Here we go. All right, looks a little bit perplexed there. So you can practice as long as you want, even though you don't know what I'm actually signing, or maybe you know some of what I'm signing. Practice, practice. All right, let's scroll down and see. Scroll to sign everything. Okay. Now you probably thought I was going to be signing. I'll be signing in a moment. You'll be able to sign with me. But right now, this is what I was signing above. All right, were you practicing with me? Even if you don't know the signs, if you were practicing with me, getting it in your mind and practice, you can probably sign what's right here. And this is all I was signing. I was signing Tom, correct? And then the response, when I put on my glasses, is no, he, incorrect. All right, so that's what I was signing, right? So you can build off of what you saw and then just sign it on your own. Now you can scroll down to sign with me. You've already been signing with me, but now when you scroll, you can see, well, let me just show you. Aha! So whatever I'm signing, it's going to light up in yellow above my head. And you can literally sign with me as we go. So let's do it. Here we go. T-O-M, Tom, correct? All right, this question, raise those eyebrows. It's a yes, no question. Lean forward a little bit. T-O, Tom, correct? One more time. Let's do it. Tom, correct? All right, let's get to the response. Ah, no, he incorrect. Scroll up a little bit more. There we go. Let's sign. No, he incorrect. All right, again, here we go. No, he incorrect. Shaking that head, it's just wrong. No, when you sign no, shake that head. No, he incorrect. Now you might be thinking, okay, we're signing he. Does that mean that Tom? Is Tom here? Well, he's not here. He doesn't even exist. But you're thinking, well, how do we indicate him, right? Because you just pointed off to the side and he's not here. Okay, now if Tom was physically present and he was sitting over there, I would just point at him. Tom, right? He, right? Now, if he's not here, you can just point off to the side as if there was an imaginary Tom sitting right there. So I would just go he, all right? Now, you can point off here if you want, or he, but the idea is if you establish Tom in your conversation when you're signing and he's not there, just point to that imaginary Tom and keep pointing to him when you refer to him. I think it's called the absent referent. That's probably the grammatical term, something like that. If Tom is here, physically, we just point at him. If he's not here, just point off to the side to refer to him. Okay, so let's do it one more time. No, he, incorrect. All right, let's see what else we have. Scroll to sign faster. Here we go. You ready? Follow the dots. All right, let's let it go through and see what the speed is. All right, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. Here we go. Ready? Tom, correct. Raise the eyebrows. Again. Tom, correct. One more time. Tom, correct. Okay, no, he's not correct. Let's get to the response. No, he incorrect. Here we go, let's sign. No, he incorrect. No, he incorrect. Okay, so we signed it a little bit quicker. Let's scroll and see what else we have. All right, scroll for a side view. Aha, I love side views. When you get a side view, let me just go. I'm talking too much. Let me just show you. Okay, so the same thing. Tom, correct? You can see it from the side. It's lovely to be able to see the signs from the side because sometimes you don't notice that actually when I show you from the front, you can't quite tell, but the hands are moving forward or they're moving outward, right? So I'm just doing the sign for sign as in sign, to sign something, sign. From the front, you might not be able to tell that they're actually moving forward and out. From the side, so that's what we're going after here. So we have Tom, correct? All right, see how I'm leaning forward a little bit? My eyebrows are up for that yes, no question? Right. All right, let's see the response from the side. No, he incorrect. Again, no, he incorrect. Okay, side view is wonderful. It just kind of, it cements in your mind, you know, how the hands are moving and all of that stuff. All right, so let's follow the dots. Oh, we have something juicy here. ASL versus English. Today you signed. So this section in the ASL newsletter, in our emails that we send out, the email lessons, this is basically syntax. We're going to be comparing ASL syntax with English syntax. And syntax is just a fancy word for how the language is put together, the grammar forms, grammar structure, stuff like that. So in ASL, it's Tom correct? No, he incorrect. All right, so down below in English it says, is Tom correct? No, he's incorrect. All right, now there are subtle differences. It seems quite similar, but once you start signing more, you're going to notice that ASL and English, they differ quite a bit. All right, now English is, I would say it's more wordy. There's a lot of small words that gets in here. For example, here, is, in Tom you don't sign is, you just, it's kind of understood. It's just, you know, it's referring to him, Tom. So in English you would say is, but in Tom, in ASL you're not going to sign is. And then when it's no, he's incorrect, it's actually he is correct, or he is incorrect, you're not going to sign is again. So think of ASL as kind of, it goes for the meat. It's very efficient, all right? It might sound like you're talking like a robot, maybe like a caveman, or something like very simple, but I wouldn't look at it that way at all. It's not simple, it's efficient. It's very efficient and just straightforward. It gets rid of all the small words in English that we think we need. And actually in English it makes sense, it's grammatically correct and it sounds better, but in ASL, you're not going to do all those small little signs, small little words. Okay, so let's keep scrolling. Oh, maybe not. I was just thinking, you're probably thinking the sign for correct, is that the same as the sign for right, as to be right? Yes, it is. So correct, right, and incorrect is the same as the sign for wrong, wrong. So we have right and we have wrong. All right, if you're talking about right or left, like in direction, you're going to go right, or you're going to go left, or maybe it would be both hands right and left. But here we're not talking about direction, we're talking about wrong and right. Or in this example, correct, incorrect. Okay, antonym pairs, wonderful. All right, homework in email? Yes. Okay, so part 1 is to click the link below and learn the signs for rich versus poor. So if you're getting these emails, go ahead and click. It's a free preview lesson for everyone. It's inside the ASL bundle, but we make sure that this one is free preview so that you can learn the signs and complete the email and do the homework. So you're going to learn rich versus poor. Now why? Why are we going to learn another antonym pair? Well, because you're going to use what you learned before signing the question, that little mini conversation, and you're going to sign below what's in yellow. So Tom rich? No, he poor. Right. So before the structure was Tom correct? No, he incorrect. All right, we take that same structure and we just literally switch out the signs. So Tom correct became Tom rich, and no, he incorrect became no, he poor. It's just wonderful how ASL works. It's like a puzzle. You can switch out the signs but maintain the same structure and still be able to ask a question and sign a statement. Fantastic. Okay, so let's scroll. All right, now we're getting at the end of the email. You remember way back at the beginning of the email. Let's go check. Let's see. Let's scroll back up. All right, at the beginning, there is an ASL Message Decipher. So when you deciphered it before, when you paused the video, when you're watching this video, did you get it right? Here's the answer. I aim to be truly free. That is the affirmation. It's like some nice little good vibes in there. I love to start our emails with affirmations. Now it starts with the ASL version in the hands, like a little message you got to decipher, like a puzzle. And then all the way at the bottom of the email, you can see what the English version is. And I urge you, it might sound corny and cheesy, but say it out loud. These little positive affirmations, I don't know, they're just like little sparks of goodness that we can add into our lives, and kind of maybe they help us focus a little bit better, or just focus on something more positive in the moment. All right, yes. Okay, so at the bottom of the email, we have the footer, which is just the bottom, the end of the email. And this is where ASL Bundle members can click to log in. And if you're not an ASL Bundle member, you can click there, and you can explore our intro and info course for the ASL bundle, right? This gives you a great opportunity to peek inside, preview all the courses, download PDFs, and just see how the ASL bundle for beginners works, right? Okay, so let me see here. What do we got? Let's go back to the top of this email. We just finished talking about the ASL Newsletter for Beginners, number 34, right? So 35 will be coming out next week. About the ASL Newsletter for Beginners, it's weekly, and yeah, we got a lesson every time. It'll be a different theme on the lesson, but we have a lesson every time, and we love to do homework. Now, this was an example of an ASL Newsletter for Beginners, number 34. If you're an ASL Bundle member, you already know about what I'm going to talk about next. Have you heard of ASL Daily Email for Beginners? Should we go check it out? All right, let's see. Okay, so this is ASL Daily Email for Beginners. So first of all, what is it? Let's take a look. It says, what is it? ASL Daily Email for Beginners is an ongoing 10-day cycle of daily email lessons designed to complement our online courses and keep you moving forward in your sign language journey. All right, now it's a 10-day cycle. I'll let you use the link down below and you can go explore the ASL Daily Email. The whole idea, I'm finding that email, it's not as old technology. Well, it is old technology, but it's not as useless, I guess, as I used to think. It's very, very convenient, useful, and just awesome, because literally we send you emails to your email inbox, just like the ASL newsletter. That's once a week, but we also have the ASL Daily Email for our ASL Bundle members. It's included in the ASL Bundle, and every day in the 10-day cycle, you get an email lesson to keep you studying, right? Now, if you're really busy, how long does it take to quick and check an email? Doesn't take long at all. And these lessons, like the lesson that we just did with the ASL newsletter, it's lessons like that every day of the 10-day cycle, right? So it just takes a few minutes, scroll, get some signs. If you want, you can click on the homework and do even more. Go into the ASL bundle and explore the whole course and everything. Okay, I'm probably talking a mile a minute, but I'm just fabulously excited about the ASL Daily Email for Beginners. It's awesome. It levels our students up because it just gives you small bite-sized chunks to keep you going. ASL courses are wonderful. The challenge is that life happens. It is a challenge to get in there and get the work done to be actually soaking up what's in the course. All right, sometimes we can fit that in our schedule. Other times it's difficult. So a nice little email reminder, a nice little bite-sized email chunk daily is just a fantastic way to give us more a feeling of fulfillment, that we're actually doing something and making progress, even when life is kind of overwhelming us with the kids, the job, the pet, the stores, the shopping, everything that's going on. We can probably fit in an email, which takes like 3 to 5 minutes, right? And you still learn something and you're signing and you're practicing. Yes. Okay, so in this video, we talked about the ASL Newsletter for Beginners, number 34. We went through it and we did the signing. I urge you were signing with me. I hope so, right? And when you get these emails, sign with me, right? Just do it. It gets it sticking in your brain. So we went through the email, we signed everything, you figured out what I was signing. Did you notice that we put a nice antonym pair in there? Correct and incorrect. I find it useful to teach using antonym pairs because you automatically get double the signs. And we can actually flip it around too. If we wanted to say Tom incorrect, we could actually flip it and say, no, he correct. We can flip around the signs as well. All right, we did the practice. We talked about syntax. We compared the English with the ASL. Okay. So use the links below, go sign up for the ASL newsletter if you haven't, and go check out ASL Daily Email for Beginners. All right, thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day.